Hello everyone! Are you having a good time? Let me see more hands up in the air! Come on, get them together!
Hello and welcome to movie number 1. Now this month the movie in focus is Rock On, and we have two people that made it possible, Mr. Abhishek Kapoor and Ritesh Sidhwani, to talk to us about it. How's it going, guys?
Super good.
Do you like this part of the movie making business, to talk about your project? Or do you really hate it?
It's a little unnerving, but you gotta do it.
Okay, yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But what's life like right now? You must be in like complete overdrive, going crazy. What is it like?
Well, it's really exciting. Actually, I'm in the midst of the post-production phase.
Okay.
So I don't really get much time to, pay attention to all the excitement that's happening.
Right.
But yeah, all the actors are very charged up and they're giving interviews. So
Right. Now,
yeah.
how did this whole thing come about?
I just wanted to make this movie about these 4 guys who had a band and wanted to do it really differently than what's been done before.
Right.
Like for example, we've got Farhan singing his own songs.
Yeah.
And he's not like a professional singer, who's cut an album before. He's a director who's making a foray into his acting space.
Yeah.
And we've got him to sing his own songs. But I thought it was really important to do that because time has come where, if you're going to do musicals and the actor's going to be singing, he should be singing his own songs.
He should be, because then that's when it rings true.
Sure, and it's not about cutting an album, it's about acting and making a movie, and you should, as a viewer, you should get the real experience.
When it came to casting, what was the process like? Did you go through this long drawn process of looking at a lot of people and stuff like that, or what was it like?
Well, the first person I had in mind was Farhan for the lead singer's part.
Why is that?
Something's just come to you, man. It was like a brainwave and there's no explanation to why.
Since he's
why
just
not.
only a director and he's never acted before, like,
Yeah, but
let's make him act, let's make him sing, let's make him do the lead. So
Not really. Actually, I've known him since many years.
Okay.
We've been, friends for about past 15-20 years.
Right.
And we've been in touch and then we've not been in touch. But I've always known him. And when this part came about, it just struck me that he was just perfect for it because it has to go through different shades. Like, he's a businessman at one in the present time, and it goes back and forth in flashback.
Right.
So, physically and personality-wise, he just fitted correctly.
Fitted the bill.
And his voice, I remember, was always a little unusual,
Right.
He didn't have your regular kind of voice. He has a little grainy, horsey kind of voice,
Right.
which is quite grungy, So
It
if
is
you
different.
Yeah, it is different. And if you do a film about rock, you want that cutting edge kind of voice.
For sure.
So when I met him, I told him that this is the script, and when he read it, I was like pretty clear that whoever played this part has to sing his own songs.
सबने कहा था इन समंदरों में जाना नहीं मेरे यार सुन लो ख्वाबों के पीछे जाके कुछ भी है पाना नहीं मेरे यार सुन लो
And then from there, because there are 3 others.
Yeah, then it was Purab who I called in, and I tested a lot of people for that part.
Right.
But Purab is what really caught my eye.
Okay.
I needed a guy who had a very affable kind of personality,
Yeah. And he definitely does. He fits that completely.
He's a sure shot with the ladies. I've met so many girls out there who find him really cute.
Yeah.
But I auditioned him 3 times.
Okay.
Because there was a tricky scene in the film, and I just wanted to make sure that if he did that right, he was bang on.
Okay.
And he did it 3 times, and we pretty much got it.
all went well.
Yeah, I was actually very keen on him.
Okay.
So he went into a whole process of learning the drums and practicing, and it took him about 5-6 months.
Right.
But he was on top of it.
And you got Luke to cut his hair.
Yeah, Luke.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Luke was the fastest casting I had. Like, I called him up. I didn't even know him from before. I called him, and I just, you see a face, and you say, this guy would be really interesting in this part. And I called him in, and I had him read. I said, how's your Hindi? And he said, "Acha yaar, bahut acha."
Yeah, his Hindi is really
and
good.
His Hindi is fabulous.
Yeah.
So he read the part, and I said, wow, man, I can't think of another person playing this part.
Yeah.
So then he was on.
Yeah.
And then I was actually thrilled about Arjun. And in fact, after finishing the film, he's the one who's really blown me away, because I knew that Farhan would hit these notes
Right.
as an actor. I was pretty sure that I'd pull it off from all these guys.
Right.
But Arjun's really moved to the next level as far as that's my opinion.
Right, right. So when you thought of the music of this, did you have any particular sound in mind, or did it just make itself up on the way?
No, I had shortlisted various songs and that came from different spaces in the rock music world, you know, and to fit into different parts of depending on the progression of the film, they would come in and place themselves. So I had shortlisted various songs and I took them to Shankar Ehsaan and I told them this is the kind of sound I want.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got to be a little more specific when you're doing something.
Yeah.
And I mean, once they heard it, and then there was no looking back.
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, we had all the situations marked, and then Loy comes up with his own genius,
his own
pieces.
little stuff,
Yeah, and then Ehsaan's got his riffs, and Shankar would come up with his own melodies.
Yeah.
So it was a fabulous experience. In fact, my inputs after that were just about yes, no, sounds great, doesn't sound great.
Was there a lot of no? Was there a lot of trial and error?
No, I was just like quite mesmerized actually with the way they would operate. It was actually working in a surround sound space.
Wow.
It just came from everywhere.
Right.
And then Javed Saab would come in, then Farhan would come in with his bit. So just to be in that room while it was being created was electric.
Like usually you go to sit with your music directors, you'll give them a narration of the script and you'll tell them these are the situations, like he said earlier, I need a love song, I need a song about life, I need a song in a nightclub, and then they'll compose something and you'll sit with them. But here, I think what Gattu had done with them is that sat them down, they took them through the whole script, and during the script, narration was telling them, okay, for this part I need music to be this kind of music, and this is the kind of music I think works for me on this, you know. Again, like the thing is this going to be commercial or not commercial? There's nothing like that. If the sound is right, it's commercial.
Song is good, song is good.
I don't think, exactly. I don't think there is something, like even for films, people keep saying, is this commercial cinema, is it not? But there's nothing to that. It's basically a good story will find its bearing anywhere. And a bad story, how much ever you commercialize it, is not going to work.
1, 2, 3, 4.